Hey, it's your buddy Peace and Harmony with you here today, focusing in on how to confront a narcissist. A covert narcissist, an overt narcissist, a psychopathic individual, a borderline, essentially a character disordered person, someone who has done you wrong, someone who has violated you, someone who has betrayed you, someone who has made life more than impossible, difficult, extremely challenging and painful. One thing I really find important in the study of character disordered and personality disordered individuals is to realize that they're never going to change. So any sort of information that you bring up that is a testimony to their situation, their relationship, their shortcomings, it is always and always going to fall on deaf ears. They do not have an ability, they do not possess an ability to comprehend and understand their shortcomings. They just do not see it. They will not see it. It is part of their character disorder. They do not take the blame, responsibility, or accountability for any wrongs. They feel that how they acted is completely normal, acceptable, justified. It's just the way it is. It's what I had to do. It's the way it was going to be. There's nothing wrong with it. Just deal with it. And the distance between me and caring is this and this. I mean, they just do not care. And it's not so much that they don't even care, it's that they don't really feel that they have done anything wrong. I mean, they feel completely justified and innocent in ignoring you, in not being there for you, and in being insensitive, and being self-absorbed. And being, extremely selfish, and being all about them, yet having all these perfectionist demands on you. They feel completely justified in belittling you, shaming you, calling you names, subjugating you to harsh reprimands for speaking up, having a voice. They feel justified in doing this. They only see their perspective. They're not really able to open up the floor, for discussion. They're not big enough people to really listen to others, especially those who are scapegoating. They just feel so violated. They feel attacked. If they could, possibly be, questioned or constantly, or be held accountable or discuss even emotional concepts. They're very apt to shy away from any sort of psychological counseling. They feel it's ridiculous. It doesn't make any difference in your life. Things don't really change that way. That's why you have friends. But one thing they don't understand is that, friends are going to tell you, well, that's just the way they are, and too bad. I mean, that's about they're really going to sometimes be there for you. They don't understand the psychological concepts that go along with a character disordered person. They don't see it intimately. They don't see the day by day. They don't know what it's like to be part of their, the gears in their in their wheelhouse that they're trying to, crank you around and get you messed up and wear you down. A lot of people, unless they've experienced the gaslighting, the brainwashing, the humiliation, the shaming, they don't really get it. They really don't. So it's not going to do you any good to, confront a narcissist is what I'm getting at. If you try to hold them accountable, if you try to explain, it really hurt me when you did this, it doesn't make sense that you perpetuate this. How can you be critical 24/7? I mean, you can bring up these things, it's going to fall on deaf ears, but more so, you're going to elicit probably a narcissistic rage in an outburst, especially if you go to tell them, I'm well versed in your character disordered ways, and I know that this is a manipulation tactic. You never ever confront them and say, I know what a narcissist is. And I've brought this up in other videos, but I felt it's very important to bring this up, that you never tell them, you're a narcissist, or, this is narcissistic or selfish. I mean, just don't go there. Really don't confront them. Do not, try to be like the expert. Do not try to come at them with a psychological angle. I know what you're doing. You've manipulated me. don't even have that discussion, because what it is, when you go and have that argument with them and that discussion, they're going, awesome, this person is fighting with me, and it's just one more chance for me to really hone in and sharpen my narcissistic manipulation tactics. Because what they're going to do, they're going to go, awesome, you know, this, how they interpret it. You have to remember, we've got, you know, some interpretation going on, because the narcissist does not perceive things the same way that a healthy individual does. They're going, wow, this person really does care about the relationship so much that they're now confronting me, saying I'm a narcissist, I've got all these manipulation tactics, and why don't I stop that? This is how you hurt me. And they're going, wow, they're really giving me a chance to really hone in and use a whole new manipulation tactic and see if I can hook them in even deeper. And when they do that, if it's unbeknownst to you that you're dealing with a narcissist, or you don't believe it in your heart and your gut and your soul, and you're going to give them a chance because you want to relieve that pain so badly of letting them go, that you're going to go and have that all-out discussion with them, in the morning, the afternoon, 3 o'clock in the morning, incessantly calling them 50 times, whatever tirade they have you on now. You have to realize that they are just going to hook you back in, and the whole cycle is going to continue, and their pursuit of supply is still going to continue, and they're just going to walk away unscathed, basically patting themselves on the back. I've still got this one going. So be very, very careful. Do not confront the narcissist. Do not call them a narcissist. Do not call them a psychopath. Do not call them psycho. If anything, you're giving them, you're giving them a chuckle. I mean, so you have to be really, really careful, and it's no contact. How you get revenge, how you confront them, is by going no contact. You're cutting them off and not falling back into their trap speaks volumes. You no longer wish to be manipulated. You no longer wish to be abused. You no longer wish to be subject to, a puppeteer for a relationship. You are a free individual human being, and that is your God-given gift. And you are now embracing it, you're acknowledging it, and you're living it. That is the best revenge, and that is the best way to confront a narcissist or a psychopath. Peace and harmony with you here today. I hope these videos do help. Please share, please subscribe for more great tools, videos, discussion, and support.